The famous tropical rucksack. Basically the precursor to Alice, and a very cool pack where it has an integrated X-frame, but also very expensive and pretty rare these days. So let's build a new one. I might have to jump up and hit pause a few times, but I'll try to keep this short, sweet, and to the point. We're going to use the MOLLE 1609 frame, or sometimes called the U frame. It's the frame that goes along with the new MOLLE 4000 or medium MOLLE rucksack. I didn't take it all the way down just to kind of save some time. First things first, I added an aluminum bar to the top because it is a very wobbly frame without it. It bends all over the place. If you go to the article online, I have a quick clip and you'll see what I mean. Basically, I just took a piece of 1/8 inch aluminum, 1/8 inch by 1 inch, and then bent it to match, because there's a curvature to the frame. So if you kind of look there, you can see how the frame has a bit of a curve to it. You can also see a curve there. So I bent it to match with the curve, just use my knee and my hands. It doesn't really take much. And then after that, radius the ends. Flip it around so you can see. Just like a grinder, and then just radius the ends. That way there wouldn't be any burrs or anything that might rip up at the pack. And then drilled a 1/4 inch hole halfway in, 1/2 inch in. To attach it, used a 1/4-20 panhead bolt because it's a little smoother than a hex head. And then a washer and nut on the back side. Just simple 1/4-20. This one is a 1/4-20 by 1/2, I believe. Use a lock washer if you got them. Like a nylock would be ideal if you have them. If not, I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. You can always put a little dab of some kind of thread locker or even super glue. Now for the belt, I use this is the actual MOLLE 4000 belt that is meant to go with this frame. So there's no jury rig or anything like that. It's meant to go with this frame, so it'll attach real easily. The easiest way, I'll lay it down. I gotta take the straps here. I'm going to go into this outermost hole. I'll start with the top one. Top one's probably easier. Go out in the topmost hole, and then you're going to go in from the bottom side of that ladder lock and then back around. And then to cinch it tight, you run it back out through that same hole and you can pull it tight. I'll hold it up closer for a close-up. So take your strap, go in from the outside, and then into your ladder lock from underneath, and then back out through the hole. Now usually you'll do both sides and you'll pull them both at the same time. So you're pulling both out like that. I already have this side attached. I'm just going to leave it that way just to save time. When I was done, I actually took the straps and tucked them back in so they weren't sticking out. But you can do whatever polices your straps the best, because you don't want anything loose flopping around. Now for attaching shoulder straps, I found, to my mind, these enhanced LC2s or the last pattern of the LC2 Alice straps are your best bet, because they have padding that goes all the way down, so you don't end up getting the adjustment buckle digging into your armpit. And these straps are much longer, so you can it'll attach and give you much more adjustment than other ones. The regular ones are kind of little square green guys. The top strap attachment point is kind of short, so you end up with the shoulder straps being very short and it's difficult to attach. Now, when I attach them, you can either attach just directly to the bar here, which is really easy, or I think it's going to be a little bit stronger to actually run it through part of the frame there. I mean, it's probably the same either way, but I think just if you that a little extra security, I'm going to run it through the frame there. So I have to do it while the pack's on. I'm going to just kind of show you here what it'll look like. So I'll come down, feed it through, and then it'll come back up around the back, and then it'll go through the buckle. I have to do this with the backpack on, but I want to give you an idea what it looks like first. So mounting the pack is real easy, just like an Alice. You're just going to slide the pocket right over the top. And then in addition, I like to run these attachment straps through these just to keep them from wanting to slide around. There are definitely better straps than this. They're aftermarket ones, but they're going to cost you almost as much as the whole setup here. You're looking to spend $40, $50, $60. These are $16. Well, at least I found these ones for $16. So while these may not be the best possible strap out there, they're going to be your best of the surplus ones. But to keep them from sliding around back and forth or rubbing excessively on the outside, I don't want to be causing any damage to the pack that may, you don't want to be out there in the middle of nowhere and have it start ripping. I like to run it through these little D-rings. Don't attach to the D-rings. I think some people are doing that, and that really defeats the purpose of having a frame on a pack, because now you're supporting all your weight by the bag, and the frame is just dangling there. So that, where you want to be having your frame support the weight, and the bag is just hanging there. So don't attach directly to this. You can. I don't recommend it. So anyways, without further ado, I'm just going to run it down. Just run it through there. I'll lift this up a little bit. Push through the hole. Frame. Come back up. Oops. Hopefully you can see this okay. It is a little bit awkward than just, it's easier if you don't do this, because you can just shove the straps through the hole there. But I do think that I do like doing it this way. It's not meant, you don't have to use the D-rings, but I like to use the D-rings. Okay. Hopefully I'm staying in frame. I apologize if I'm not. There we go. So yeah. And then when you're doing it yourself, just even these all out. I'll do this later. I don't want to waste time on camera. Cinch it up, even them out, get them all nice and snug. Now for the bottom, take your straps. This is the bottom half of your strap here. Move up to the frame. The slot you're going to use is going to be this guy right here. It's that vertical slot. That's your suspender slot. So you don't have to go either particular direction, but I find coming from the inside seems to work best. The inside, your buckle upside down, and then you push it through, or actually, I'm sorry, which way is this? Oh, there we go. Sorry, there we go. And then cinch it up, and then you can connect into your quick disconnect there. There you go. So that's your shoulder straps. Shoulder straps and waist belt. Now, last thing we got to do is just finish securing the pack. I find you can strap it around here. It's about the same height. You can go through this same hole. That's one way to do it. I find that actually coming down here into this bottom one holds the pack a little tighter. It stretches it down a little longer. So the frame, either or work. You can either strap through this slot or this one, either or. I personally just find this one seems to hold it a little tighter. So you're going to come from the inside. And really, you could use either of these holes. I just don't want to get this one too crowded, but you could use either or. So just like the circle shaped hole on the Alice frame, slide it through and then put it into your buckle. And cinch it down. That's it. and then just cinch it tight. Do the same for both sides. There you go. And here we'll take a look at the finished product in 1 second. Alright, so here's the finished product. Got your shoulder straps all attached. Waist belt. A lot of guys, they like to just snap. One thing that's nice is because it is loose, you can do what a lot of guys do. And just snap it around the back and it'll stay right there. The reinforced ones, while they do support weight better, they don't fold back as easily. So you can do it that way. You can also use the waist belt if you want. All this, stow your straps. So make sure that's stowed. Everything is all stowed, tucked away on nice. You don't want any loose straps. Even up here, I took the excess and I ran it back down inside, so that way there's nothing loose up there. So yeah, so there you go. Get yourself a modern take on a tropical rucksack. Only last thing you probably want to do is to swap out these buckles and all that for some Fastex. It is way nicer to have the Fastex on the pockets and then down here on the bottom. But that's a different tale. That doesn't really have anything to do with the frame, so you can figure that one out. Watch one of my other videos. So, I hope you like it. Hope that helps out. I really like this size. It's a great medium-sized backpack that's supported. And it's a lot light. It just reminds me so much of the original guy. So there you go. Tropical Ruck and the son of the Tropical Ruck. Get out there, try it. It might work for you.